All right, people, I'm back. I'm back for one more. You can thank the SMD family member, Andre. He sent that to me in my email. And I knew, see, he puts it right in the title too. So you can't even ignore it. I can't even ignore it when it comes in. If he could have just left the subject blank and I saw it was Andre, I said, okay, cool. I'm not gonna touch that email until tomorrow. But I saw the title and I got hook, line, and sinker, baby. Put me right on the hook. I bit like a big ass bass. I just bit, you know. So I'm back here one more time because this is too much to skip. I gotta this is a good one. And if you're new to these are called article reviews. And what I do here with article reviews, I read it how with debt-free eyes, okay? I read it in a way to where you guys slaves cannot see what's happening in this particular article. And let me put that article link in there. I'm sorry, I didn't do that. Let me put the article link in the description of the video. 1 second here. 1 second. Let me put the link to the full article in there. Where is the... Okay, here we go. 1 second here. Let me add the, so while we're waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in there so you guys can have it in there. Full below. All right, so the link to the full article is in the description of the video. There we go. All right, let me get out of there. All right, what's up, David? Hello, hello. This new law would be terrible. Some 401ks are garbage with no company match. Well, it's a little bigger than that. I wouldn't. In this read, I want you guys to understand it really got nothing to do with the article or the if 401k is a good investment and all this other stuff and you don't have control. It really has nothing to do with that. Okay, I want you guys to understand that, and I'm going to be reading it to you so you guys can understand that it has nothing to do with the value. I mean, the 401ks, if they're invested right, if you have control of them or not, or all of that stuff is an illusion, because the stock market, usually they say, okay, 401ks, they're investing in the stock market. The stock market doesn't exist for slaves. Okay, it doesn't exist because you guys have no money. Not saying you, David, but I'm just saying in general, slaves have no money to invest in the stock market because you guys don't know that. So if you don't have any money to invest in the stock market, you are the stock. People are the stock. That stock market you can see on TV and stuff like that, they're talking about you guys, slaves, because if it wasn't for slaves, the stock market wouldn't exist. Do you understand? All right. Yes, Quentin, 2 shows in 1 day. Like I said earlier, thank the SMD family member, Andre. He knows how to email and put certain things in there that's going to catch my eye and put me on a hook. And then he flies away in his spaceship. Okay. All right. So I'm here. All right. Let me introduce myself for the new people that are the show. My name's LJ Young, and I'm a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them mathematically see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt. That's where slaves live, excuse me, that believes in financing everything that goes down in value, wondering why they're living paycheck to paycheck, can't figure out why. There's 2 types of slaves. There's unconscious slaves and conscious slaves. Unconscious slaves don't trust math and don't know they don't trust math. Conscious slaves were once unconscious. They found SMD channel, they found the SMD family and found out they were slaves, and now they're doing anything they can to get out of debt, working overtime, 60, 70 hours a week. The more hours they work, the faster they get out of debt. All right. That was me for the first 40 years of my life. I woke up, found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey said, hey, use the math that you learned in grade school and apply it to your finances and you'll win with money. Boom, I did it. I'm free. Now there's an undescribable. What I didn't realize is that all my life until age 40, until I woke up, I didn't realize that I didn't own myself. Right. So if and this is how I determine if I own myself. Add up all your savings. This is how you can do it too. Add up all your savings and add up all your debt, including your mortgage, student loans, tickets, child support, back taxes, all of it. Okay, add it all up. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now, I did that and I was in the negative. That means I didn't own me. If I didn't own me, it's impossible to invest in anything outside of myself because I have no money. Plus, I don't even own myself. I can't invest in something outside of myself if I haven't invested in myself because I don't own myself. So obviously I didn't invest in myself. All right. And this is going to be a tough pill to swallow. But anyway, so before we get into this article, I want you guys to do something for me. And if you catch this video later, you can do it later. It's not a big deal. So if you have a Credit Karma account, not necessarily just only a Credit Karma, some kind of online account that you can log in and see your credit report, log into Credit Karma or whatever you have. And as soon as you log in, you're going to see, like on Credit Karma, when you log in, you see this big number that pops up right in front of your face. Okay. Don't worry about it. You'll see it. Log into your Credit Karma, see it. It's going to be a large number. I want you to look at that number, and then I want you to put a negative in front of it. Okay. Whatever that number is, then you put a negative. That's how much you're worth. That's how much, no, excuse me. That's how much money you have to invest in your retirement. Okay. So remember, log in. There's going to be a large number that's going to pop up in your face under Credit Karma. I want you to see that number and then put a negative. That's how much you have to invest in your retirement. Okay. Doesn't matter, IRA, 403B, 401k, whatever. It doesn't really matter because you have no money. Okay. So remember that. All right. So let me get this. Let me open this up. I'm going to share this screen. All right. All right. Again, this article, the link to the full article is in the description of this video. So before we get started, make sure you log into your Credit Karma and get that large negative number. It's going to be a large number. Put the negative in front, and remember that number. Write it down. So as we read through this article, I want you to hold on to that number because we're going to keep referring back to that number. All right. All right. So I'm not going to be able to read you guys' comments because I can't read on that small screen. So I got to bring up the full article for me. All right. So let's now remember, I'm going to be reading this article from outside the debt matrix, not in the debt matrix, outside the debt matrix. Okay. A new law would force employees to contribute to their 401k. Force. Okay. The reason why they're going to force you, because the majority of slaves do not invest in their 401k. Why? Because I just showed you guys in the beginning, you have no money to invest in the 401k. All right. So a lot of you are not participating. So they're about to force you because the 401k retirement plans are really not for you because you have no money. It's for the wealthy. Okay. It's not yours. It's not your money. That's why when the stock market crashes, you lose money in your 401k because it's not your money. That's why it's losing. Get it? Okay. So right now, it seems like they're not making enough money off of 401k because you guys are not participating, right? The first they left it up to you, but you're not doing it. So now they're going to force you to spend money that you don't even have. Okay. Especially if they're making the law. Oh God. All right. So let's go. Okay, let's read. I'm going to read this slowly. Now, I'm going to read it slowly because I have to really read to see what they're saying. You know how they say read between the lines? I'm going to read between the lines for you, but this is something that you guys can't see this. You're slaves, okay? Auto enrollment may be just what Americans need to save more for retirement. So right now they're acting like they want to, they're making it sound like they're doing you a favor by helping you save for retirement. No, they're not. It's business. They don't care if you have money to retire. That's your problem. If you think you need a retirement account to retire, that's the problem right there. You are the only one that can help yourself retire. Nothing outside of you. But they come up with things that make it look like it's helping you. But that's your problem if you don't know you don't have money to put in with this thing, whatever this 401k thing is that they're talking about. But perhaps only if the government makes it a requirement, because slaves are not contributing to your 401k because you have no money. Only half Americans participate in a workplace retirement plan, a staggering statistic considering how much of the of responsibility for funding an adequate retirement now for what? Only half? Okay, we know slaves ain't got no money. A staggering statistics consider how much of the responsibility for funding an adequate retirement now falls on individuals. Okay, so if you guys don't even know how much debt you're in today, there is no way you can have money. There is no way you can have money for the future. You have no money for today. This is why they let you borrow from your 401k, because you have no money today. Okay. The problem with the problem. Oh, they said the problem. They're going to tell us the problem. Let's see. Without the financial education, encouragement, or access, retirement savings isn't always a top priority. Americans have so many other financial obligations to juggle with. They just talk. This is where they list all of your other debts. Okay. Because they know the majority of you guys, I bet you 98% of the US is in debt. So whatever they're about to say after this sentence, you guys are part of it. So of course it's going to connect with you. Okay. Such as rising costs of college. Yeah, sure is. Yeah. Okay. And housing. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Or shorter term goals like buying a home or starting a business. You guys can remember that number I told you to hold on? That's how much money you have for college. That's how much money you have for a house. That's how much money you have to start a business. That number, when you log into your Credit Karma, that's how much money you have for all that. Okay. And trying to provide for your families. Instead of planning for their future financial stability, many are trying to stay afloat in the present. Yeah, you ain't got no money. Of course you are. Those words are tricking you. They know the majority of what they just said. They know that's what you guys want, but you can't have it because you're in debt. You're slaves. According to the laws of mathematics, slaves can't own a business. You can't send your kids to college, and you can't buy a house. Okay, you can't. That's where automatic enrollment comes in. Ooh, they're going to make it. So now they're going to force you slaves to. So not only are you going to have taxes taken out of your check, you're going to have retirement money take. You guys ain't going to bring home shit. Nothing. You guys understand that? You're not going to bring home nothing because you have nothing. Okay. It's one way to get Americans to stash money into a retirement account without thinking about it. You guys don't think about retirement now. They don't care if you think about it or not. They're going to take your money. Without auto enrollment, companies can sign with auto enrollment, companies can sign up their new employees into the retirement savings programs, beginning with deferring a small percentage of their salaries so that at the end of their careers, their workers will have some sort of nest egg waiting. Congress members have included this key provision in the Secure Act 2.0, the latest legislative proposal aiming at fixing retirement security for. They're so worried about you guys retiring. No, they're not. You are the only one that must worry about your retirement. It would require employers to auto enroll workers into the plan so that workers wouldn't be deterred by inertia, said Richard Johnson, director of program on retirement policy at the Urban Institute. Notice how they always list this person's job title, so it'll be more believable to you. He's that Richard Johnson. He's probably in debt too. Okay. The proposal also addresses auto escalation, which automatically increases Ooh, they're going to automatically increase your contributions to a 401k with money you guys don't even have. You don't even have any money, so they're going to take more money from your check. Okay. Increases employees' contributions at their accounts every year. As it stands, the proposal states participants must begin with a deferral of at least 3%. They're going to tell you how much of your money you're going to spend, and no more than 10%. Man, they're putting limits on your money. Ooh, they do you slaves so dirty. Ooh, they do you guys so dirty. This whole thing is dirty for you guys. I hope, but it doesn't matter. It's your problem. They're not doing anything to you. Okay, I want to make sure that's clear. With an annual increase of 1% point for every year up until the maximum of 10%, you already told me that, requiring all the plans to increase the share of contributions into retirement plans would make it much easier to accumulate enough money to live securely. Retirement accounts are for the wealthy. Okay, they're for the wealthy. Student loan debt. Those are the retirement accounts for the wealthy. Slaves don't know. Listen, if you have student loan debt, it's 100% mathematically impossible for you to save for retirement. That's impossible. That's according to the laws of mathematics. You can't save for retirement. That's not even an option. They know that, but you don't know that. All right. Auto enrollment itself is not a new concept. Richard Thaler, the 2018 economic Nobel. See how they put the title in so you can believe them? Nobel Prize winner. Ooh, why you put a title? As a has an advocated has advocated for the expansion of auto enrollment and auto escalation in a workplace savings account in the more than 10 years he's worked in behavioral economics. It has already proven effective by automatically placing employees in retirement plans and in some cases increasing their contribution rates minimally. Well, they can't do it maximally because they have no money. You guys, if they took out the max right away, you guys would know something's up because you wouldn't nothing would be on your paychecks. Okay. After taxes and retirement contributions, you guys wouldn't have shit left. Okay. Increasing their contribution minimally, but continually. Americans saw billions of dollars more in their, Americans saw billions of dollars more in their retirement. Say, of course, if you're forcing to take it, of course. The reason for the success is simple. Workers don't have to think about saving. It's being done for them. They're going to do it for you. They're going to do everything for you, slaves. Everything. Mm, mm, mm. Thanks, Andre. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right. I'm not getting back on here for 2 days just because Andre. Hey, you guys, it's Andre's fault. Okay. All right. What is new? However, would be the federal government mandating auto enrollment. Currently, employers have the option to voluntarily implement this strategy. The trend is on the rise. More than 4 in 10 employers automatically enroll. I can only imagine what what kind of tax breaks the employers are getting for implementing this. Oh gosh, man. All right. More than employers' retirement plan in 2019, and 19% of the companies automatically escalated their contributions, according to the Society for Human Resources Management. The increase for these provisions was modest in 2020. Many companies were also treading with unknown circumstances because of the pandemic. Experts expect to see more employers use auto. Yeah, they better not try to put auto enrollment right now with this bad boy going on. What's going on in the world right now? Participants, but this is they're starting this up right now. As soon as the new economy gets going, they're going to auto enroll you, slaves. Man, I keep telling you, they are making slaves by the millions right now. They are just burying you guys. Imagine they bury you in, oh my God, they're just doing you guys so dirty. And then they do this on top of all that stuff. Oh God, participants could still opt out of enrolling or increasing their contributions, but they're going to do it automatically and they're going to leave it up to you to stop it, which you won't. You won't stop it. You'll just leave it in there because you think they're helping you. Okay. Show an individual more likely to stay in the plan that benefits them rather than voluntarily enrolling themselves in such a plan, because they won't. When automatically enrolled, 9 in 10 new hires remained in their employer's plan after 3 years. Vanguard report found. Okay, Vanguard's making some money. That's why. The Secure Act 2.0 is the latest proposed retirement security legislation aimed at providing Americans with the ability to have a comfortable, financial, stable future. Some entity outside of you, they are going to make sure you have a comfortable retirement. What about you? Why don't you make your comfortable retirement? Log into your Credit Karma. That number is going to pop up in your face. That's your retirement money today. That's your retirement money. And there's nothing these plans can do. There's not a 401k on earth that's going to change that number that you see inside of your Credit Karma. Okay. Let's see. It is built upon the Secure Act passed in passed in 2019, which embraced annuities in the 401k plans. They know you guys don't know shit about annuities, okay? You don't even own yourself. So don't worry about the big words in the stock market, return annuities, portfolios, stocks and bonds. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about any of that, okay? You guys have nothing to do with that, okay? Business off retirement plan employers tax benefits increase the ages for required increased the ages for required minimum distributions. Oh, when it's time to pull it out, and promoted increase the ages for oh oh they bumped the age up so you guys can be slaves longer. Oh, oh, I read that first. I'm like, that don't make and promoted transparency of account balances by translating those figures into whatever. Shut up. If passed, the bill would not only require auto enrollment in employer-sponsored retirement accounts, but increase the age for required minimum contributions. Was that okay? Did you say contributions? Oh, you guys use distributions here, but increase the age for required minimum contributions here. Which is when an individual is forced to take withdrawals from their 401k plans and which is an individual is forced to take withdrawals from their 401k plans and individual retirement account. The proposal would also create an additional catch-up contribution limit for people 60 and older and allow employers to make matching contributions to employees' retirement plans while the employee. Now, when you guys go get a match, you see the number that I told you to get in the beginning of this article? That's how much money you have to get a match. So the match you see that the employers are giving you, that's a trick. You can't match negative dollars. You guys have no money to match anything, okay? Oh, there's a biggest benefit. The biggest benefit, people have to save, said Charles Nelson, Chief Executive Officer of the Retirement Employee Benefits at Voya Financial. See how they do that? That's for you slaves to believe whoever Charles Nelson is. If you don't save, you're not going to have money in it. Well, that's true. In addition to what the government provides through Social Security, if you're waiting on Social Security, you're a slave. All right. And other benefit programs, there is a tremendous upside to an auto enrollment provision, he added. I bet you it is. Not for you guys, though. Not for slaves. Where auto enrollment falls short. Oh, are you going to tell me where it falls short? Okay, let's find out. When it comes to retirement security, many workers need help. Okay, slaves. What they're really saying, when it comes to retirement security, many slaves need help. Okay. Future stability for Americans is uncertain. No, it's not. The trust funds that support Social Security are expected to run out for money within 14 years, which would reduce benefits. Not everyone can afford or has access to retirement accounts, and some groups of elderly Americans are at high risk of falling short of poverty. You better believe it, millions are. Okay. But while auto enrollment and auto escalation would benefit many workers, the Secure Act 2.0's approach to these tools has its shortcomings. Okay, what? The legislation would make auto enrollment only a requirement for newly established plans, meaning companies that currently offer these retirement accounts would not be required to enroll employees not participating. Only about 4,000 new 401k plans are created every year. God damn. According to the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College, calculations on the Department of Labor. Oh, boy, they be talking about, that don't make no sense. This figure has its own caveats. However, it doesn't take into consideration if an employer closed one plan to open another or count situations where businesses merged and renamed a plan. The 5,500 is also for plans with at least oh goodness, whatever. That stuff means nothing to slaves, okay? That don't mean anything. They're just filling space in here, okay? The contributions may also be too small. Under the proposal, plans could start with deferral rate as low as 3%, while the amount is better than nothing. It should be a starting point, depending on when an individual begins saving and how much they may expect to need in retirement. You guys don't, if you don't even know how much debt you're in right now, there is no way you can expect to know how much you're going to need for retirement. That's impossible. Those rates might not be high enough to meet their ultimate financial goals and live comfortably in retirement. Thaler, who has been credited with helping Americans save billions of dollars for retirement, has also noted noted the importance of slightly higher default rates for contributions. Employers should be starting at 6%, for example, which there's no way in hell they could afford. And if many employers, because that would wake up slaves, they'd be like, whoa, if you take out taxes and another 6% on top of that for retirement, what am I bringing home? Nothing, slave. You ain't bringing home nothing. You guys, they wouldn't do that. Okay, that would wake you guys up. You would like, oh wait, something's wrong. That would wake them up. That would wake you up. So that they're not going to do that. Don't worry about that part. If employees opt out saying it's too steep of a contributions, what they will, then lower the beginning rate. In an interview with Thaler said there's no evidence that employees were more likely to opt out because of higher. Whatever. Perhaps the biggest flaw in this plan is the fact that the requirement misses an entire population. One of the gravest dangers to Americans' retirement security is the lack of access to employer-sponsored retirement plans, which auto-enrollment policy. No, it's not. You don't need nothing outside of you. It's you. It's nothing outside of you. Okay? They're just trying to make you slaves believe that you need some entity outside of you to retire. You don't need anything outside of you to retire. You just need to stay out of debt. Slaves can't retire. Let's just put it simple, okay? Slaves cannot retire. You guys can't retire. Do you understand? The Secure 2 Act 2.0 does have a provision that would require all new enrollment to be all good, but it still leaves. Okay. Only 43% of all the U.S. workers were participating in a workplace retirement plan. Yeah, we know that. That's a lie. I guarantee you it's lower than that. Guaranteed. It's not 43%. That's a lie. That's not true. I have no idea where that gets. If 98% of Americans are in debt, that means they have no money for retirement. So they're not. Okay, all fair enough. I know on paper it looks like they're contributing to retirement. I know there are millions of people that can log into the retirement accounts and see money in there, but it's not yours because you have no money to contribute. You got to log into your Credit Karma. That's how much money you have to contribute to retirement. Now, I know you're asking yourself, if that's the case and I'm that deep in the negative, how am I contributing to my retirement? How come I see money in my account? You don't. It's an illusion. It's not yours. That's why when the stock market falls and you see 401k accounts drop, because it's not your money. It's being transferred. So when you see, like, when you saw the last the stock market do something, whatever, I don't really pay attention to that stupid shit. But when it falls and your 401k fall, you say, "Oh my God, my 401k is losing money." It's not. Where do you think that money's going? You think it's just evaporating in the thin air? No, it's going into somebody else's pockets. Okay. What more can be done? A handful of states have taken upon themselves to give workers retirement accounts, and federal government should take. They've taken it upon themselves because they're going to make. Do you know how much money they're going to make off you guys? They're going to make billions off of you slaves, off the back of you slaves. That's all they're doing. I'm not reading all that stupid nonsense. Which also employers offer individual accounts, and they be talking all this stuff. You guys don't. They know you don't understand any of that. Would be single most valuable thing Congress should do. These are all promising provisions, but they're not enough, experts say. There are many other holes in retirement security to patch, and plenty proposals floating around Capitol Hill to address them. For example, Social Security's trust funds are expected to. I thought you just said that. You guys are just repeating stuff. And the coronavirus crisis may accelerate at a time like millions of Americans rely on Social Security for some, if not most, for their retirement income. But if nothing is done to fix the insolvency issue, They'll only receive about 80% of the oh man, whatever. That's all to scare you guys. Because if you're relying on Social Security for your retirement, that's for you to scare you. Okay. If you're relying on Social Security, if you're relying on it and worried about it running out, that's a problem. That is the most urgent retirement security priority, said Kathleen, senior policy analyst at the center. Oh God, it is something policymakers don't. Whatever. Okay, they're reading. Oh, all right. I'm going to skip over all this stuff because you guys don't really read any of that stuff because you don't understand any of that stuff. The benefits with Democrats now. Oh God, next. I'm gonna let you guys read this stuff. That's why I put the article in there because it really has nothing. These concerns add to the pile of issues facing rapidly aging country. These concerns add to the pile of issues facing this rapidly aging country. I don't know what that means. What do you mean aging country? Everybody ages. What are you talking about the country? I don't get it. Including underfunded pension plans, the effects of caregiving on current and future. They're just scaring you guys in the future because they know you have no money. So of course it terrifies you. Okay. The high cost of health care, care that could drain the finances of the elderly Americans and need more conversation long-term plan. Half American households are not going to have enough to maintain their standard living and retire. That's the problem, because you guys want to maintain your lifestyle right now. Because you can't, the lifestyle you're maintaining, you can't even afford your lifestyle right now. You think you're gonna afford that lifestyle in the future when you retire? No, you're not. Okay, that's the article. Enjoy yourself. You guys can check it out when you want. Whoo! Look at that. What's up, Cupcakes? E-Man, Mostman. Like I said, I'm not gonna be getting on about 2 or 3 days after this, man. I gotta start writing. And get back to this book. Cupcake says right away, else right. Why else would they force these people? Yeah, to make more money. If they force you, listen, you guys don't really see the bigger picture. They are creating slaves at an unbelievable rate. And my belief is this: they are making enough slaves that's going to last until the next new economy. Okay. When they bury you slaves, this is gonna make you guys slaves for at least 80 years, minimum 80 years. What's up, reigning woman? What's up, electric agitator? What's going on? I be seeing in your comments, man. Glad you're following. Again, thank you, Andre, for putting some bait on the hook. Appreciate you. Don't we already have this? It's called Social Security. Employers love they have captive buyers of their stock. They sure do. Just imagine the people. Hey, we reduce our stock for employees so that, and not only do they pay their employees, but their employees give them the money right back. Man. Later, RMDs mean more tax. I'm not sure what RMDs mean. What's RMDs? I remember comedian George Carlin. Oh man, I love George Carlin, man. That dude. I remember George Carlin speaking of this in one of his stand-up, but I was young and didn't believe him. You know what's so funny? I remember seeing George Carlin when I was in debt, and I used to think the same thing. Who is this dude? Is he a comedian? He's not funny. What's he talking about? Now I'm out of debt. Oh yeah, George Carlin was clearly an alien, 100% crystal clear. But this the only thing I disagree with George Carlin about. He's like, hey, because he used to always say things like, oh, the government's fucking you and this and that. Well, they are, but you're doing it to yourself. They're not doing anything. Okay. You're doing it to yourself because you don't trust mathematics. If you trust math, you would clearly see the government's not doing anything to you. Notice student loans are mentioned. Did they mention student loans? I got to look back. I didn't notice they mentioned that. Did they mention that? Cupcake says, "Oh, I always thought they hope they were dead so they can collect insurance." Poindexter, Says I reduced my 401k from 6% to 1% to put all my money towards student loans. LJ is so right. Pay off your debt and your 401k will start to become real. Yeah. I mean, if I was you, Poindexter, I would stop contributing to your 401k 100% because you have no money. Like, I know you reduced it to 1% because you believe you have 1% to contribute to your 401k. You don't. By contributing at 1% while you have student loan debt, you're just prolonging paying off your student loan debt. It's not there. Okay. Whose retirement account is it then? I'll give I'll give a hint. Not yours. Ain't yours? Cosmic says, LJ, there will be more slaves than ever. People are financing everything versus paying for cash. A tsunami of new. Oh yeah. And like I said, Cosmic, they it's you know what? I swear to God, I thank the universe. Most of you guys won't get this, but most of you will. I remember when 2016 or 15, uh, towards the end of 2015. Now, the 2015, I was debt free. Did I work? No, I quit in 16. So 2015, I was debt free. Towards the end of 2015, I swear to God, something said, you have to, LJ, you have to quit this job. You have to quit this job now. Now. Now I'm here. I understand why, because it's 2020, a coronavirus. Had I not got out of debt, had the big enough balls to quit a 6-figure job, I would not be here. I would be in a horrible position. Horrible. He was a man. Carlin was funny. He was funny. He was not. He said he could only say, because he was controlled. Well, he didn't seem like he was controlled. I don't know. RMDs are required minimum. Okay. Distributions were at, I think, around 72. Oh, distributions. Gotcha. Okay. 72, you must withdraw. Yeah, on the article it said they're going to up the age. They're going to increase the age for the distributions. You know why? Because most of you slaves are never going to even live that long. You're never even going to get the distributions. Never. And how long? Put it this way. You put your money in retirement that whole time you're working, right? And then you finally retire at 65, 70. Most of you guys only live about five or 10 more years after that, and then you die. Now, if they increase the distribution age, you won't even live long enough to get their distributions. That's checkmate. That's checkmate. You can avoid that by moving your money into another account that doesn't require RMDs, but you still have to pay income tax now put it this way, Cosmic. If I have to ask you and Andre what RMDs are, you think a slave is going to have any idea what you're talking about? Not even close. They're not even going to ask. They're not even going to look for it. You guys don't really get it. If they force you, which they will, they'll do it because they have to have enough slaves to last till the next economic new plan that's going to become. Like right now, the new economy has started. So it lasts between 80 to 100 years, right? They have to have enough slaves to stretch that long. This right here, shutting down the whole economy, this cannot happen again. Okay, this kind of stuff can't, because it would hurt that would hurt even the wealthy, because without you slaves, you guys really don't understand how important you guys are. Without you, it hurts everybody, even the wealthy. Without you, the wealthy cannot be wealthy. And kids will have to pay the exorbitantly in taxes. Exorbitantly taxes. Nope, LJ, but I like to read up on the rules on various accounts for tax planning. Yeah, look at her. Look at Cosmic, sound like an alien. I like to read up on taxes. That's alien speak. Okay. 2015 was my debt-free year. My former slave owner sent me an official letter stating I owe zero. Yeah, 2015, man. I remember I worked one more year when I was debt-free, and that was hell. Not saying the job I worked at was bad, but it was just horrible. I really don't explain that part. Andre says that is why give the order of HSA, Roth, 401k. Then that is why give the order of HSA. Give the order. Can you imagine if they force them to contribute to their 401ks, right? You think they're going to be contributing to an HSA, and then what's that one, the IRA, the after tax Roth? They have no money for that. Before that is own your home and life insurance. That's my only goal, man. I would have, if I was younger, that my only goal would have been own my home and life insurance for sure. That would have been my only goal. That'd have just, man. That tax book you recommended was good intro read. One of Rich Dad Poor. Oh yeah, yeah. I like that book. I like that book. I do. If you're new to the channel, man, I want you to go to your Credit Karma and log in so you can see that number and put a negative in front of it. That's how much money you have to buy a house. That's how much money you have to contribute to your 401k. That's how much money you have for your HSA. That's how much money you have for your Roth. That's how much money you have for vacation. That's how much money you have for new tires, a stereo system, whatever that, all that, whatever, all that. These articles I read for you, you can't understand them when you're in debt. You don't, it looks like help, but it's not. They are creating slaves faster than ever right now. Faster. I mean, the pedal to the metal. I mean, by the millions. By the millions. Mm. It's a, what's funny is this. I again, I have a close friend that I really want him to come out the debt matrix, but imagine you're trying to save somebody from drowning in some water, and you're reaching your hand out to them, and they won't reach out to grab your hand to pull them out. This friend of mine is there. He just will not listen to anything I say, anything. And it's bad because I love him. He's my friend, but you will experience this. It's going to be unfortunate. You're going to experience people you love, and you're going to see them going into quicksand. You're going to see them, and there's going to be absolutely nothing you can do about it. You can't do anything. You're going to have to watch them sink. Okay? You're going to have to watch them financially drown themselves. And then when 50 comes around, 60 comes around, and they're going to see you happier than ever doing whatever the fuck you want to do. And they're going to wonder why you're able to, how are you able to do it? Only a multimillionaire can retire doing what you guys doing. No, that's what they think. That's a facade too. That's not real. And then, if they finally open up at 60, 65, you know what you got to turn to them and say, I'm sorry, but it's too late. They're going to mean what? They're going to be like, what? You're 60 years old and you got $100,000 worth of student loan debt. And that job that you were making six figures, that the one you got fired from years ago, you're never going to make that amount of money again, ever. You're never going to make that amount of money again, ever. So you're never going to ever be able to pay off your student loans. So that means you can't stop working. How many slaves have you heard, "Hey, I retired from so and so job," and then you see they got another job? It's like, I thought you just said you retired. Nah, man, you know me. I got the retired check. This other job is just for some extra money. I got plenty of. No, you don't. You have to work. Then it says, I met an engineer today that told me he has no free time after work because he takes his work home even on weekends and no overtime pay. Filthy slave. Sure is. They do them so dirty. Ooh, they do slaves so dirty. Oh my God. You know what it's like? Do you know what it's like walking around every day, going to the store, going to different things around just to I just I can't help but just look at all the slaves walking around. They're just all slaves just walking around. They're just walking around, just doing whatever they do. Can you name that book? I don't have the book in front of me. Let me see. One second. Let me see. Let me grab. I think it's right up here on my counter. One second. Let me grab. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. It is. Okay. It's Rich Dad Poor Dad, Tax Free Wealth. I have the second edition, Tom Wheelwright CPA, and I think he's Robert Kiyosaki's CPA. I believe. I got to reread it to double check again. But again, it's Tax Free Wealth by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Tom Wheelwright CPA, and I have the second edition. Okay. If you like, if a person in debt, put it this way, if a person in debt reads this book, he's going to get a different definition of the book compared to a person that's debt free reading this book. Okay. Debt free people will understand what Tom is saying. People in debt cannot. Okay. All right, Cupcakes, did you get that? He secretly probably think you're a fool because you quit your six-figure job, LJ. What are you talking about? Let me see. I can only imagine how many slaves will, when they hear me quit a six-figure job, they're like, oh my God, you got to be a complete idiot. That's because slaves believe six figures is a lot of money. Have you noticed when you go on YouTube channels everywhere, every channel you go, they're always talking about six figures. Take a step back and say, why are they stopping at six figures? Because that must be the limit for slaves, I guess. I don't know. Jeff Bezos is clearly showing you that six figures is nothing. Elon Musk is clearly showing you that six figures is nothing. You age slower when you're not stressed out about debt. You better believe that. You better believe that. I'm 51. I know I don't look like other people my age. I know I don't. I do not. Keys to the Vault, lessons from the pros on raising money and igniting your business. Okay, is that a book, Andre? Is that you're talking about? Oh, from the son of Rich Dad. Okay, gotcha. Keys to the Vault. Hope you guys writing that down. Dennis says filthy slave. Hey, you only can say that in this room, right, Dennis? Okay, you go out. There's the slaves outnumber us. Okay, you will get jumped. All right, you can't say that. You can't say that in public. You will get jumped. Now I'm still at the level to where I go out in public. People don't, there's nobody gonna say, "Hey, that's LJ." I'm not there yet. Okay, but one day I will. It still ain't gonna change. Hey, man, who you calling a slave? I don't know. Am I calling you a slave? I don't know. Hmm. I'm just thinking between now, between now and September, I want you guys to pay attention to how much shit the government is going to be cramming into this window because again, a lot of slaves, they don't know why student loan debt has been removed from their credit reports. They don't know why that is. They're just going, "Oh, that's weird. Oh, wow, maybe they forgot about me." They're trying to get you guys to get into so much debt. And then they're going to just keep piling on to where you guys are so deep, you'll never get out. You'll never get out. Bob Johnson, the owner of BET, go ask him about six figures being money. He will start scratching his head. Bob Johnson, he owns BET. Don't pull down your mask. I warn you, don't pull down your mask in public. You think I'm doing that? I don't pull down my mask in public. Okay, I don't. Andre just dropped a jewel there, guys. The secret is you can get money from places other than a bank with usually less hassle for your business to scale. Sure is. Believe that. What's up, Sals? High value people make six figures. I know they always say that. I'm not going to name no channels, but there's one particular YouTube channel. He's always throwing out six figures. Always throwing it. It's like, why? Why are you throwing out six figures? I don't get it. What's up, Sal? Sal says, do you sell anything related to workout information? I've been following that method you suggested a few weeks ago, eating between 12 and 8. Nah, I just kind of throw out stuff. I don't really, at first, before I started doing this debt stuff, I was doing health stuff, and it's just too much. To me, it's just too much noise out there. It's too much confusion. Eat this, don't eat that. Calories, carbs, macros. It's just too much confusion. I just was like, okay, I gotta separate myself from all that nonsense. It's just too much noise. The rent moratorium means they will have the down payment. The rent moratorium means they will have the down payment for a home conveniently. What is Andre saying here? So since they're not paying nothing now, but you're assuming that they're saving that money or something, Andre. They're not saving shit. They're not saving anything. Slaves look dumb out there in NYC. The biggest slaves reside here, I believe. Well, slaves are everywhere. They're not. You got to remember, 98% of Americans are in debt. They're not going to say that on Google. They're going to make up some number, but it's 98%. Okay, it's got to be. It's got to be. People are in debt, right? They're not. Yeah, they're in debt. I don't know what. They're everywhere. It's hard to see them when you're in debt because they had slaves. Slaves drive nice cars. Slaves live in nice homes. Slaves have great jobs. Okay, they have wonderful jobs. You can't, if you're in debt, you can't see them, but when you're out of debt, you can. They're only like people on social media that you see. If 98% of people are in debt, somebody on social media is lying, and that's the majority. It doesn't matter what they drive. It doesn't matter their clothes. It doesn't matter their bodies. They're just slaves with nice bodies, nice cars and homes. That's it. Jewelry. Slaves can wear jewelry, diamonds, go put diamonds in their teeth, uh, diamond in the middle of the forehead. They're still slaves. That's just a slave with a diamond in the middle of his forehead. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm here. Gotcha. Debt to income lower plus savings equal. Oh, fuck me. Plus the moratorium. So lower debt, higher credit score. They're not paying any rent where they currently live. They are qualified for a new home right now. Oh my God. Oh, slaves. Oh, slaves. Oh my God. Do you guys okay. Do you want them to stop doing that to you? No, let me stop. Okay, let me I'm rewording. Do you wanna stop that from happening to you? Because they're not doing anything to you. Do you want that to stop? This is the answer. If you wanna be if you wanna stop being financially abused, this is the answer. SMD is the answer, and the younger you get this, you will be a financial wizard king. Do you understand? You'll be the financial Superman. My family members are slaves to the max status. Hey man, that's everybody. I got slaves in my family. Millwood says to see what happened when they can pay it off crazy. To see what happened when they can pay it off. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah. Yeah, Andre, I know you throw it out there, and then I got to take a minute to piece it together. Okay, put this piece here. Nope, that piece is too big. He didn't mean that piece. He meant click, and then it clicks into the, and then it clicks into the. Oh, that slid right in. Yeah, it was just Andre's like, yeah, the piece was right over here, Linnell. You were looking to the left, and the piece was right here. I was telling you, millions of slaves are being created. You guys are being created by the millions. They know you're going to pass this information down to your children. This is why it's going to last 80 to 100 years, because you're going to naturally pass this information down to your children. You are. Oh, okay, let me go back. Okay, let me see what you're saying, Mill. My bad, Mill. Okay, look, I do apologize. I'm skipping stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? What he's talking about? Because I didn't read LJ. All right, love your channel. When you were talking about student loans, the government is telling them they are going to help pay for it. Remember, right now it's interest free, so people are waiting. Oh, well, okay, I see what you're saying. See what happens when they can when they can pay it. The government is telling them they are going to help pay for it. Remember, right now it's interest free, so people believe that they're saving. They have more money during the month because they're not paying interest, and they're not making payments. Check on YouTube, right? If you type in no interest student loans, you will see thousands of videos telling you ways to invest your money somewhere since you don't have to make student loan payments. Hey, then they extended it till September, so now you guys have time to do whatever. All of those channels are lying to you. What not okay, not lying to you. You know what they're doing? They're saying things that make absolutely no mathematical sense. All of those channels that are telling you to invest while you don't have to pay your student loan debt. None of what they're saying makes any mathematical sense. And if they're telling you that, guess who they are? They're slaves. Only a slave would tell you such information. Because right now is the time to be paying heavy on your student loans, not paying them, to pay heavy on them. You guys need to, hey man, I keep reiterating this, man. I have the blueprint. Listen, I'm step one. Okay. There's other SMD family members that'll take your hand, but hey, if you don't believe in mathematics, they're not even going to talk to you. You'll never see them. You'll never see them. Just like you see Andre, you see Cosmic on here. You're not going to see them in public. They don't look like what you're seeing on TV. They don't got gold teeth in their mouth. Cosmic carries a broom in her trunk. You're like, a broom? Yeah, a broom. I don't know why she carries a broom, but she carries a broom. Okay, I don't know. Sal says slave was angry in the middle of a highway. Exist range river autobiography went out even after it came out of repair. Slave was angry in the middle of a highway. Exist range river autobiography went out even after it came out of repair. Shot 3 weeks. I'm not sure what you're meaning by that. Sounds. Yes, they are. When you guys are in fear, false evidence appearing real, you're just easily manipulated. And the reason why you're in fear, because you're in debt. All right, that's all that is. You guys just when you guys are in fear, when you guys are in fear, that's when scammers come in. And that's when scammers pick your financial bones. They come in pretending that the IRS, they be saying shit that makes it. You think the IRS is going to call you with broken English and tell you that they're going to send the police to your house to arrest you? Those are scammers. The IRS wouldn't do, they don't do that kind of stuff. First of all, they're going to be able to speak clear English. Okay. They're going to reach out to you via letter first. And then when you ignore it, pretend like you didn't get it. And then they have other means. They have unlimited powers. I promise you, they'll put your social security number in some database and it'll link them to everywhere you think you're secretly keeping your money. It'll just find it because that's what you're doing it for. You're doing it for money. The money has to come back to you. I'm going to make a big lump sum in September. Cool, man. You should do it if you're talking about your student loans, you should do it before September. Okay, that's when the interest starts kicking back in September. Ain't nobody shaming you, Cosmic. I am definitely not shaming you for sure. You know that. I just want people to get off the illusion of people with money drive Range Rovers. You know, everybody's got a what's that big ass square ugly Mercedes Benz truck that's a square. It look like a box driving down the road, but the thing costs like $200,000. What is that ugly ass truck name? I forgot the name of that truck. But you guys know what I'm talking about. It looked like a square box, and it's 200,000. A G Rider, G wagon, G wagon. That's what it is. G wagon. Thank you, big truck. G wagon. That thing is so ugly. That is ugly. And when I saw the price tag on, I was like, for that thing is ugly. And remember, it's $200,000 for people who believe it's worth $200,000. That G wagon is not worth $200,000. It's not. That ugly ass thing. That thing is ugly, man. I don't care what it looks like. Got red interior, whatever. And remember, if they're making payments on a G wagon, it doesn't matter. These things that they're doing, like when they force, I think that's going to happen. They're going to force you guys into, because they got, okay, let me think. They got to catch, no, they got to catch up or they just got to bury. I don't know. It's honestly, man, it's just amazing to watch how they create slaves. It's amazing how they create, and you guys really don't understand what this is actually an amazing time to be alive, right? To for this to happen and if you understand it, right now is the time you could build generational wealth, but first you must be out of debt. You have to be out of debt. You have to understand that paper money doesn't exist for slaves. You will know that, hey, $100 costs less than 20 cents to make. You'll never forget that. How much it costs to make 100? 19.6 cents to make. That's a $99.80 profit. Here, slave, it's worth 100 now. I mean, millions of slaves, man. And I feel sorry for the kids that are not even born yet. They're gonna be born into slavery, not even know it. Have you noticed? Like, you can have as many children as you want. They're not taxed. They're not. There's no penalty for it because without slaves, the wealthy couldn't be wealthy. Without you, slaves could never be wealthy ever. How long Do you want to be the person that breaks the cycle, living paycheck to paycheck, believing debt is part of life? Are you done with that? If you're in your 20s listening to this, right now is the time for you to become rich as you want to be. You are at the beginning of the brand spanking new economy. It's just starting. You can get in right now while they're still making slaves. They're still making them. It's going to slow down. They're just breaking ground on this. You will you will grow up understanding credit scores don't mean anything. It does it's just a business. It's nothing important at all. It's not credit's not important. You don't need it. It's a tool. It's a lawnmower. Credit is a weed whacker, a weed eater. Credit is a car. You understand? It's nothing. You are you going to hammer in a nail with your hand or with a hammer? And then when you're done with it, you just put it away. Let me give you an example. When I need to rent a car, I pull out my credit card. Here, will this get me a car? Yes, here you go. Okay, thank you. And then I leave. I want to rent a hotel. They'll say, "Do you have a major credit card?" I do. Here. Thank you. And then I get my room. And then I put the credit card back in my wallet. You understand? It's a tool. I don't need it. Big Truck says they are suckering people and depreciating assets, cryptocurrency, and manufactured goods to hide the inflation creating by printed stimulus welfare checks. See, Big Truck, you think they're hiding something. They're not hiding anything. That's the trick. That's the illusion that they're hiding something. They are not. They're not hiding anything. No currency on earth exists for slaves. Most definitely not cryptocurrency. Okay. If paper money doesn't even exist for slaves, cryptocurrency does. It's like this. And for those of you guys coming in the room so you can understand, anybody can come up with cryptocurrency, anybody, but try to print your own paper money. You will get spanked. You got, hey, wait a minute, that's weird. How come I can come up with cryptocurrency, but I can't come up with my paper money? They're gonna say, I don't know what you think, slave, but here in the United States of America, this is what we use here. And if you try to make something else, we're gonna take away the time in your life. Do you understand? What's up, Red? Thank you. Then it says, how are they still making slaves again? They're doing it many ways. The 401 man forcing 401k, that makes slaves because that forces them to pay into something that they don't have the money for, which puts them deeper in debt. Tricking them, lowering the interest rates so they can get approved for houses. First they pull their student loan debt off of their credit reports. So now when slaves log into their credit reports, they don't see any type of student loan debt on their credit reports, which is going to raise their credit score and lowering their debt. So now they can be easily approved for houses and cars and stuff easier. Okay. No need to hide anything at all. That's the that's the wonderful, powerful thing about it. They're not hiding anything. They're telling you to your face, look, okay, here, so you guys can understand. Google how much it costs to make $100 bill. Google it. And then Google's gonna give you a link to the government's website. Then you click on the link, and then they have a little spreadsheet where they say, hey, this is how much we make a 24, this is how much we make a 54, and a 20 and a 50 cost the same amount to make, but they're different denominations on the paper. It's crazy. They're not hiding anything. Why don't credit card transactions post until the days after? I have no idea. I don't know. It's like this. It's like this, Top Shelf. It's their business. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. I don't care when they post, when they don't post, or whatever. Long as I get my payment in before they try to charge interest, that's all I care about. I don't care what they do. If you're over 30 with gold teeth, you're done in my you're done in life. You know what? And this is yeah, yeah, it just makes a statement. It really does. Then it says, "What were the similarities between 1929 crash documentary and now?" I remember you said well, if you go back and watch it, they're going to tell you the things that led up to the crash. But if you're like right now, okay, this is perfect. Right now, there's going to be a crash coming, the biggest housing crash that you've ever seen in your life. It's about to come. It's going to make 2008 look like a crawling infant child. Slaves don't see it coming. They have no idea a housing market crash is coming. They don't. Hey man, the interest rates are the best ever, and this is the time to buy a house. Well, that's what you think, slave. You'll see. People don't. They always, like I said, they always have movies and make it seem like some computer genius guy figured out some mathematical form. No, you just look out your window. All you gotta do, if you got this mentality now, as a debt-free mentality, pull it up on YouTube and pull up the 1929 crash and just watch it. Watch it from your debt-free perspective, and you know what you're gonna say? That was easy to see. Yes, it's easy to see. It's not hard to see. Just like cryptocurrency. Slaves, they saw Elon Musk invest some crazy amount of money into cryptocurrency. You think Elon Musk gives a shit about cryptocurrency? No, he doesn't. Elon Musk is talking about travel. He's building stuff to travel outside in space. You think he cares about cryptocurrency? He's going to take that money and he's going to invest in what he really wants to do: space exploration, faster electric cars, or whatever. He's going to wait till they say, "Hey, the last of the stimulus checks have went out." You know what he's going to do? He's going to pull his money, and Bitcoin is going to crash. That's what's going to happen. And people like Elon Musk. The only reason why people mention Elon Musk is because he's out in public. He's in the public eye. There's people that you guys don't see and they like it that way. They don't want to be Elon Musk. I was thinking it's more difficult to keep up with your spending. I was thinking it's more difficult to keep up with your spending with the delay. You have to manually keep track, which most don't. Yeah, slaves don't keep track of their stuff. And when I use my credit card, I don't use it like that. So it's really not difficult for me to keep track of anything. So if I go rent a car or a hotel room, I know I'm renting that. I know, okay, how much was that? Okay, they give me the receipt. I just held on to it. And I just know that's because I'm not using it. Like, I don't buy McDonald's and then I'll go buy some stuff at the store. I don't keep track of that kind of stuff. If I want to go do that, I'll just either use cash, because I don't like using my debit card anyway. I'll just grab cash and then I'm gonna go buy what I need to buy. Elon Musk is the richest African American in I'm not even gonna figure that out. I know what you're trying to say, big truck. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, this I just I gotta create not only a book, I gotta create some sort of school or something, man. I do. Some kind of school that's gonna start kids young into never having to experience what it's like to be in debt, to have due dates up your ass on payments, cable bill due, credit card bill, multiple credit card bills due, 2 car payments due, insurance payments due. Mm, mm, mm. And then, what slaves don't even know, when you fill out credit applications, they go by your gross income, your income before taxes are being taken out. They're starting you 30% underwater before you even approved. Oh, mm, mm. Elon Musk took 1.5 billion of Tesla's money, not his, and bet on Bitcoin. It triggered a massive sell-off from the shareholders who didn't want to. If that's what you think, Big Truck, I'm just telling you, it's not that way. Slaves are going to see Elon Musk do it, and guess what slaves are going to do? Oh, well, if Elon Musk is doing it, I'm going to do it. That's exactly what they're going to do. If Elon Musk believes in it, it must be right, and then they're gonna jump in. That's exactly what he wanted to do. He's going to pull it, and then when he makes this crazy amount of money, the shareholders are going to shut the fuck up and get paid. That's what they're going to do. You're talking about a guy that's building tunnels under a city. You're talking about a guy that's he's sending up rockets in the sky. You think he cares about cryptocurrency, man? Come on, you guys got to think. He don't care about that's just fast money to fund the real projects. He's a futurist. He knows all he's thinking about is the future. Period. He's not thinking about no fake money. Well, they do that in the lottery too, though. Bitcoin is an accounting play for Tesla, not what people think. I know it's not. It's not. It's that is clear as day why Elon Musk is doing what he's doing. It's just so clear. I put it this way, you guys. Okay, put it this way. If you're making car payments, don't worry about what Elon Musk is doing. If you don't even know your student loan balance, don't worry about what Elon is doing. Don't worry about what he's doing. That's none of your business. Your business is student loan payments. Okay? If you're happy that student loans are on pause and you're not paying interest, don't worry about what Elon Musk is doing. That's none of your business. None of your business. Okay, somebody get on and cut Andre's mic. All right, uh, he's gonna vanish here soon. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt if Apple is too. It's like this is what I believe, okay? But when you're following the rules, it really don't matter. But you know how you could just use fingerprint to get in your phone? Fingerprints? You think that's just being stored in your phone? Is that what you believe? Listen, okay, here's another thing. I know people don't think about this, but I want you to just take a moment and think about it, okay? You take a cell phone and you put it up to your ear and then you speak into it, okay? Your voice goes out from that phone into the air. It goes from the phone into the air, through walls, through your house, in the air. And then it connects to some tower somewhere, who knows what a tower, and it goes from that tower to the other person's phone, and it could be anywhere in the world, and your voice sounds just like it does when you're at home. Do you understand? People tend to forget about that. How does that happen? I don't know how that happens. You think now that's just something we use every day. You think Elon Musk is worried about crypto? You really think he cares about the future of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Yep. Hashtag you are the Bitcoin couldn't exist without slaves. Elon Musk is what happens when the government defunds NASA and private. Hey, Big Truck, you be going deep, man. You be going too deep. It's not even. It's not even that deep, man. It's not. Defunding this and the USPS and blogging. You're going too deep, man. You don't have to go that deep. Slaves don't know anything about that. Nothing. Antonio says they lie and say the biometric data isn't being stored in the bank. Of course they're gonna tell us that. They're not gonna tell you guys that. Who do you think you think Apple and the government are not talking? Come on, man. Look how many phones Apple sells. Look how many fingerprints that is. They don't have to tell you everything, slaves. Come on. Now, personally, I don't care because I'm following the rules. You got my fingerprint, whatever. I don't give a shit. Whatever. But if you're breaking the rules and you stick you stick your fingerprint on the phone, hey, that's your problem. Mm. They'll just make up some shit. Hey, we got a tip. We got a tip over here. Somebody tipped us off that this person was over here. No, they just contacted Apple and said, hey, we're looking for this person. Run his fingerprint. Then they just run it through the. Now, mind you, this is just my opinion, okay? What I'm saying is generations and trillions of dollars above my pay grade. This is something I can never prove ever. So it's just my opinion, okay? Okay, so imagine if they have a criminal's fingerprint in a database somewhere, and all they got to do is because a criminal, they don't care. They don't think that far, right? Most, I'm not gonna say all of them, because I don't want you to think all criminals are dumb. All right, please don't think like that. But anyway, I'm saying like this: they go to Apple and say, "Hey, man, here's this fingerprint we're looking for. Run this through you," and then they'll just find you. They'll find you. They got your fingerprints. They do. Oh, yeah, and that facial recognition. To put it this way, imagine you see what Facebook got, right? You put a picture up there, you upload a picture. That picture, that the Facebook will automatically recognize the people in the picture for you. Do you want me to tag Susie? How the fuck you know that's Susie? Facial recognition, idiot. Now that's Facebook's version. And usually when stuff like that, when technology like that is available to the public, it's years behind. I remember when I got into I remember getting into the internet was coming out in the 90s, late 90s or something like that. Do you know the government had internet in 1969? That was the year I was born. I was born in 69. They had the internet in 1969, and we were just now getting it in the mid to late 90s. So that's like 30 years ahead of time. So you're mad. What do they have now? LJ, the rules are the source of the profits. It's just stupid to break. It's just stupid to break the rules. You guys don't break the rules. So like this, okay? Like people that do tax evasion. Millions of slaves are doing tax evasion. Millions. They get practice every single day from you guys. Every day. Anything you come up with, why you didn't do it, all you guys say the same thing. You guys all say the same thing. The only problem is you each one of you think you're an individual when you are a collective. Slaves don't trust math, and you guys don't know you don't trust math. When they come knocking on your door, they just want to see how deep you're gonna bury yourself, which is gonna mount up the penalties and fees for lying. Oh, I'm gonna get a lawyer. You fight the IRS, or the IRS is gonna be like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't know how is your lawyer gonna change the laws of mathematics or something? I don't know, but whatever. DARP, what's that? DARPAnet was used by the government before. I'm not sure what that is. What is that? Top Shelf says my car is paid off. It was an inconvenience when my car needed repair and I had to get driven around for 24. Sometimes slavery sounds more convenient at the time, i.e., newer lease every 2 years. Yeah, I mean, some people, like somebody will have an old car and it'll break down and say like it costs $1,500 to fix, right? They'll go out and finance a new car instead of fixing the $1,500 problem. Oh, that car is not worth putting that amount of money in. Says who? Who's saying that? When you have an old car, say like you do have a car that you bought for $3,000, right? And then something breaks on it and it costs you 1,000 to fix. Most slaves will say, "Hey, don't do that. You're going to throw away your money on a $3,000 car by putting $1,000 into it." They don't understand what they're saying. You put $1,000 into it, then you're going to be driving for the next 5, 6 years with no payments. You can get 10 times the profits using the rules. Sure can. Just follow the rules. You don't have to be looking over your shoulder. You don't have to worry about IRS letters coming in the mail. Oh my God, I'm so scared to. Why? If you're following the rules, you don't have to worry about none of that. You don't have to be scared of your mailbox. LJ, you're right about the public versus the government tech. I was sending pics on cell phone in 1999, way before the public had access to the tech. Sure did, right? There's not, put it this way, there's not one, when I found out that the internet was invented in 1969. From there, I just said, okay. In my mind, they're always 30 years ahead. That's just what I put in my brain. If they're 30 years ahead, can they see through a house from outer space? Yeah, they can see through a house in outer space. Better believe that. If you can log on to Google Earth and go so far to put in somebody's address, and you can focus in on their house, not live, of course, it's going to be a picture. What do you think they can do with high-powered satellites? What do you think they can do? They can go through your house, okay? They can see you in it. They're not gonna tell you that because you would freak out. I bought a Pontiac Pursuit for $1,500. I can't stop smiling driving a beater car, right? Exactly. It's yours. You think I care what slaves think? I don't care. Like when I'm driving, well, I keep my truck clean, okay? I do keep it clean, but when somebody drive now, don't oh man, don't get me wrong. I did see a God, what was that? Oh, it wasn't a Ferrari. It was it begins with an M, I believe. That car was bad. I ain't gonna lie. That was a beautiful car. Oh my God. I forgot what that was. Oh, that car was bad. But anyway, uh I said to myself, if that person's making payments, it don't mean anything. Hey, you're welcome, man. Thanks. Just thanks, Andre. Andre knew what to do, right? Thanks, Elder, for jumping on twice today. Hear MC in my head double. I hear MC in my head double up, boom boom. No, it wasn't a Maserati. God, what was that? I'm not good with high exotic car names, but not a Maserati. What was that car? No, Maserati. There's a lot of Maseratis driving around. It wasn't a Maserati. It was a more rare car. Mm, mm, mm. Was it an M? Let me see. Now I can't help it. I'm gonna have to look. Just a second, you guys. Now I'm let me just put in exotic cars because I'll know what. What was that bad boy? Not a Lamborghini. Definitely not a Lamborghini. What is it? I definitely believe it had suicide doors. I don't know. Crap. Oh, it was a McLaren. That's what it was. It was a McLaren. I saw a McLaren. It did begin with the M. Okay. It was a McLaren that I saw the other day. That thing was nice. Oh man, it had to been a 2020 or 21. Okay, you already said an L selector. I was on the other page. It was a McLaren. That man, and again, I'm not even a car person, but when I saw that car, I was like, damn, that's a badass car. What's up, Omanike? You can buy whatever you want. So so as you actually buy it. Exactly. And I'm not against buying exotic cars. If you have the money to buy an exotic car, cool, buy you an exotic car. Because if I had a McLaren that I can pay in cash, nobody could tell me shit. Nobody could tell me nothing if I'm driving a McLaren. But I'm going to have a nice house that I own before I own a McLaren. Okay. If you look at me and say, hey, are you a homeowner? Yes. Do you own it? Yes. And then I'll get a nice car. Because believe it or not, just because it's a McLaren, it still goes down in value. It still does. Doesn't matter. Can you imagine like financing a 2022 in 2021? Slaves do that all the time. They'll finance a 2022 in 2021. Start putting on miles on a 2022 in 2021, and they'll finance it. Mm. Buys bed drives. You know, and when you have money, man, you can your car breaks down, you have the money to fix it. Anyway, as you can see, if you guys missed the title, the link is in the description. All right. Click on the link. You guys can read the full article, and then you can read the article for what it really is. If you just jumped on, before you read the article, I want you to log into your Credit Karma. Look at that number that pops up. As soon as you log in, you'll see your debt. It's right at the top. Put a negative number in front, put a negative in front of it. Write down that number on a piece of paper, and then go back and read the article. Okay. And you tell me what you can do, whatever they're saying in that article, you tell me what you can do with the negative number amount that you have. You can't buy it. Don't worry about buying a house. Don't worry about the college going up in price. It doesn't matter because that's not an option for you. A house is not an option. College is not an option. None of those are options because you're in a negative. Slaves cannot go to college. Slaves can't buy cars. Slaves can't own houses. Slaves can't own anything. Why? Because they don't own themselves. Top Shelf says the weird thing about money is the more you have, the less you care about showing you have it. Exactly. The exact opposite. Once you really understand that money doesn't exist, like I rarely have paper money on me. And sometimes it's very inconvenient because something might pop up and I might want to leave a tip at the restaurant, or I might go to a parking garage and it's $3. That's really irritating to me if I don't have cash on me because I don't want to break out my credit card for $3 for a $3 parking thing, right? But I have to do that more. I can't really not do that. But once they get rid of cash, which they will probably one day, they're gonna have full. What kind of control they're gonna have over you. Like slaves believe, oh my God, they're gonna get rid of cash and fiat currency and the value of the dollar and all that stupid bullshit. That none of that exists, right? And once they get rid of it, then they're gonna have full control of you slaves. They already have full control of your credit. Credit already have. That's not really government control though. That's private industry control. They don't. That's like, ooh man, we got to. The government's like, oh, we got to get in on it. We got to get on that some of that money, right? How are they going to do that? Make everything digital. Get rid of paper money. Once they get rid of paper money, then there'll be control over it. I don't know if the credit card companies will necessarily like that or whatever, but we'll see. Because I think I kind of heard something about the government might take over credit or something like that. And I don't know how they're going to do that, but I mean they can do it. But I'm saying that would definitely. I don't think Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax would like that very much if they did, if they took it over. Anyway, what is today? Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I probably won't be back on until Saturday, man. I gotta get back to writing this book, man, because I've been taking care of the missus after her surgery, so she gotta Now I can get back to writing this book for the debt matrix, man. Mr. Mosman, SMD family member Mosman, is helping me with that. I'm excited about it. Really am excited about it. I thank you guys all for your support. I thank you for all that who follow me, who support me, other SMD family members. I thoroughly enjoy people reaching out to me that are just like excited about telling me some kind of financial circumstance that has happened in their life, right? Cosmic and I were talking about some couple things a few days ago, man, and I was just so completely happy for her. It's just the craziest thing. Like, I feel good that she felt good enough to share her experience with me, because I was gonna be more excited about it than her, and it's not even me, right? It's just, and I just feel privileged that to me, financially, I look up to her. You know what I'm saying? But here's a woman that's successful and shares her experiences with me, and that's like, wow, that is so cool, man. That is so cool. Got my man Andre shares his knowledge on the Discord server. Hey, this is what I meant to ask you, Andre. Did anybody show up on the Discord server the other day to try to listen to what you were offering? Did anybody show up on that? Shout out to Layman for the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And another thing I noticed too, I've been noticing this too. When people sign up for consultations, right? They are nervous for some reason. Now, I it could be a combination, okay? I don't think it's me. I think it's more of the reality of that they're finally facing the demon of debt. You know what I'm saying? They're finally facing it and say, okay, I got to tackle this. This is what it is. This is what I got to do, you know? This is what I got to do. I love what I do. I definitely love what I do. Um, I love the people that I've met. The people that is what's crazy is that you got to remember the most people in the S&D family, we haven't physically met each other, right? We haven't physically met each other. Oh, oh, wow. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'm with you now. Okay, gotcha. Wow. And you see that right there? Andre doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to do that, but it's really hard to describe when it feels good to give somebody information that's ready to receive it. That's 3 hours for one person, and you guys don't understand. If you guys didn't go there, you guys missed some good stuff. 3 hours, that's somebody that didn't want to leave. Okay, tell her I said hello. Is this the is your daughter, is she under 10, right? If I'm saying that, if I'm remembering right. She's under 10, right? That you saw a McLaren from Ben's upper line. From Ben's upper Mercedes Benz upper line? What do you mean? Jimmy says, I'm convinced I won't be able to hear Andre till I'm at 0. Um, well, it counts on what Andre's talking about. It really counts on what he's talking about. And I promise you, if you're not at 0 yet, you will be talking a certain way, just like you see the way Andre said, but this person's going to need counseling though. He could hear you, because you got to remember, when you're in debt and you're not at zero yet, you're going to speak a certain way, and we can hear you. But at the same time, we can also hear you trying to understand what we're telling you. That's clear. Okay. It's I promise you. You're gonna blow up soon. You know what? I've been feeling that lately too, Andre. I really have. But I've been feeling that a lot lately. I really have. And it's like, it couldn't be honestly, man, it couldn't be a better time. The brand new economy is here. I truly believe I have been set here to help create the next generation of wealthy people, right? Because you got to remember, yes, this is what you got to remember too. This whole economy would not work without slaves, but at the same time, wealthy people are humans too. They die. Wealthy people die too. You need wealthy people to replace the wealthy people that understand, to keep this going. This has to keep going. It has to keep going. And wealthy people die too. So they need young, wealthy people that understand to come in and keep things going. Now, the majority of the people, it's in the family. Hey, you're born. This is the way things work. We don't do what slaves do. We don't finance cars. We don't finance homes for 30 years. We don't do that. We get you life insurance as a baby. Right when you're an infant, the youngest we can get it, life insurance on you, that's what we're going to get. Not only am I going to pass my money down to you, you're going to get money from my insurance company, which is going to catapult you even more into wealth. Did you see what happened to Chris on Ramp? No. Chris Hogan? No, what happened to Chris Hogan? I'm assuming you're talking about Chris Hogan, Andre. No, I did not see what happened to Chris. No. Is it something bad? Good? What happened? Lehman says she is becoming a financial genius and she is doing Zoom meetings. She is 12 now. Okay, I remember she was really young. She is 12 now, and her teacher is looking to continue to host an event at her school. That is wow, that is amazing. Good. Congratulations. At 12, she's gonna blow their minds. She's gonna completely blow their minds. Wow. So she is doing Zooming, and she is now teacher is looking to continue to host. Wow. Wow. Hey, do you know, tell your daughter that you don't have no idea how that humbles me. She is never going to know what it's like to be burdened with debt. That's not even going to be part of her life. She's going to be able to do anything she wants to do. And when she grows up, and as she grows into adult, she's never going to be dating slaves. She's going to be like, "Hey, you in debt? Yeah, we can't date. Oh, this is the age you be getting married. You should be getting married." She's going to be like, "What are you talking about? Age is not marriage is not an age. Are you in debt? Yeah, we ain't get married. What are you talking about?" Oh man, I'm so completely humbled. I I don't even know her, and she makes me proud. She really does. She's hosting events, probably blowing her teachers' minds at school. Like, how do you know that information? Man, I gotta tell my girlfriend about that. My girlfriend's son. He is 7, going on 8. Man, he's beyond his years, and I'm so happy that I'm going to be able to help him be the best he can be with no debt. They're going to be able her and him, they're going to be able to do anything they want without debt. You're going to be some proud parents, man. Proud parents. Not that you're not already are, but After the crash, you will be the one. I will be the one, like the Matrix. Hey man, I'm looking forward to it, Andre. I'm with you, man. I can feel it. I can feel it. Number one on YouTube, right? Like right now, there is no other channel on YouTube like the SMD channel. Not one. There's no other channel on YouTube like this one. The majority of the people that you see, they're just a fad. The tidal wave of the economic crash hasn't come yet. You guys are gonna see so many financial channels vanish on YouTube come the crash. You're gonna see it. You'll see. Guess who's still gonna be here? This channel. This channel is gonna be right here because we already see it coming. A tsunami can't wipe out a spaceship. Where you going? We think I'm be on Andre's spaceship. We're gonna fly out into outer space, and then you know how they show that circle of where the tsunami's coming, right? We're just gonna be looking down at it and be like, wow, that's amazing. Thank you, Cupcakes. Appreciate it. And that's humbling too. To know it, and you guys know I'm not bragging. I'm not like, hey, I'm the best on YouTube. No, I am. And it's not me. Let me make sure I don't say I, okay? I want to make sure there's a distinct difference between LJ and SMD. I am not SMD. I'm part of SMD. Okay? I just want to make sure that's clear. What do you think about the fear tactic, the bank shutting down and having your money? Well, you got to remember, slaves don't have any money. There is no money in the banks for slaves. There's nothing there. There's nothing in there. She told me she wanted to be what? Whoa. By 25 and work on the budget committee. She is serious. Okay. I'm not saying no, but and she's still young. Now remember, the economy would not work without slaves. Okay? So everything that is in place must be in place the way it is. Because having this knowledge, put it this way. If the majority knew what we knew, the economy would crash because nobody would be here financing cars and clothes and washer and dryers and stuff. So she will be most definitely excellent at what she does, but most likely, but if she gets into the government, that's different. But if in a private entity, she'll be the top whatever. She'll be the top person because she'll be making money. But not, and I'm not saying, hey, don't be that senator or because that's very ambitious at 12. She's going to be that. She can be that. But I just don't want her to get up there into the higher ranks. And then she's with this SMD knowledge talking about, hey, I want to do this. Somebody's going to step in and say, hey, whoa. Okay, it's clear. This is because there's some people out there that would step up to her that you'll never know their names until they see you in a position to where you can probably change some stuff. They can be like, hey, whoa, we know that you know. Okay, we know that, but you can't come up here changing this. We cannot allow that because you're going to start messing with our money, the way things work. So, I mean, that's the thing that the slaves can't. They must not know that they are slaves. And I believe, and this is my opinion. Okay, this is my opinion. I believe, like government officials, they are strategically placed there so slaves won't look in the mirror. Because you notice how slaves always blame a Democrat, Republican, the mayor, the governor. They're always blaming somebody but themselves. That's why those people are there, for the slaves to blame. Because if they wasn't there, They would be like, "Hey, I have nobody to blame," and then they'll look in the mirror and say, "Hey, maybe it's me." We can't have that. We cannot have slaves looking at themselves, wondering, "Oh, wait a minute, you mean the whole time it was me? Yeah, it's you, slave." We can't have that. But I still, again, I'm proud of her. I'm very proud of her. I'm glad she listens to me. She's just gonna you already know she's gonna be somebody in a position with influence and power. It's just gonna be that way. What the what? Shout out to NYC for the 9.99 super chat. You have an amazing way of sending out a message. Keep up the great work, Uncle LJ. And you know what? That's another thing, and I appreciate that. And the Uncle LJ, that's I'm liking that, man. I really that it's a sign of respect. I hear that a lot. I hear a lot of the Uncle LJ, and I appreciate that, man. I really do. And And if you guys take this knowledge and become, I mean, I'm not saying go out there and be like me and being hardcore, but I want you guys to walk around invisible out there. Can you imagine like this? They don't even know, slaves don't even know a 12-year-old. There's a 12-year-old walking around, a 12-year-old alien walking around amongst them. They don't even like the teachers in the class. Here's a teacher that probably teaching her, the teacher's probably buried in student loan debt, and the 12-year-old knows that. She's probably looking at the teacher. I wonder if my teacher is buried in student loan debt. Let me go ask, because the 12-year-old can go up and ask a teacher without a teacher being suspicious of a 12-year-old, because a teacher thinks a 12-year-old wouldn't know anything about finances. So the 12-year-old goes up and say, "Hey, teacher, you have student loans?" I know they'll look at him like, "Wow, that's a weird question for a 12-year-old to ask me," but they'll answer. They'll say, "Yeah," and then she'll go, "Oh, okay." And she'll say, "Little do you," I mean, she won't say it out loud. Little does she know, "Oh, you're a slave." Okay, well, whatever. All right, let's get back to class. Okay, I gotta now. Did they say why Chris got fired? Or is what's that other dude? The young black dude? Did he replace Chris Hogan? It is. I keep telling everybody it's a superpower, Andre. It's a superpower, man. This is a at 12-year-old, Andre. At 12 years old, she has the superpower. She's walking around with a cape. They're probably saying, "Hey, Superman can't be a girl." Who said that? TV? Yes, you can. I feel proud about that, man. I really do. I feel proud about that. I hope one day, if she can convince the teachers to bring me on a Zoom session, I'll be more than happy to come on and talk. I mean, I won't talk. I'll break it down to grade school. Okay, I won't be doing any foul language or, I'll be talking professional because they're grade school kids, right? You have to do that, right? That's why I don't really cuss that much on this, because I still want kids to be able to listen, but at the same time, I want adults to be able to hear certain things because it's important. It's really important. Oh man, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth on it? She's gonna demolish the competition, and they're not even gonna know how she's doing it. They're not even gonna know. They're gonna be like, "How's she know all this knowledge?" She could tell them, "Hey, I'm using the math that I learned in second grade," because like I think they learned basic mathematics in the second grade, I believe. Like, 5 plus 5, 10 plus 10, times tables. I think that's in the second grade, because that's the only math you need. You don't need calculus. You don't need algebra. You need that to pass classes, right? You just need, but other than that, man, That's what I'm saying. See, I'm equally proud of her parent. Exactly. Me too. Me too. I'm not sure who even says that. Try not to try not to get stuck on men or women and who has the most debt. Don't worry about that. That's just those are just things to keep slaves confused and in debt, you know. I'm 44. I have no children, but every young person I care about, I tell them to subscribe to this channel. I appreciate that. I know there's other young kids that probably parents probably let their kids listen to it because not everybody talks, not everybody chats, and the reason why I know this because people always email me in the background. Hey, I watch a show. Keep up the good work. My kids, I let my kids listen. Blah blah blah, and it makes me feel proud. It does. I want to. That'd be cool to get more either the parent or their kids to come on the show. Because put it this way, Layman, if your daughter wants to come on the show, let me know. We can set up and do a podcast on it. I mean, not a podcast. Oh, well, I guess you wouldn't call it a podcast. Come on the show, and then so we can talk, man. That would be awesome. If she's not shy, I'm not sure if she's shy or not, but it'd be nice to have that on the show. That'd be nice. Man, like to be a parent with this information and know that your child also has this information. Can you imagine walking into the school at some event that she's part of, maybe some kind of financial math, something? You pretty much know that your kid's going to win. They're going to come up with something that's going to blow their minds. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I never looked at it that way." This 12-year-old know that she's a genius. Well, it depends, you can't say, well, not I mean, not really. She's just using basic she's just using basic math. You could do it too, right? Oh no, man, it's not that easy. Well, that's why she's a genius because it is that easy. Now I gotta go look up Chris Hogan and see why he got fired. Hmm. That's pretty crazy. When you guys did this happen today? All right, I'm not gonna do it right now, but I gotta figure out why Chris Hogan got now was Chris Hogan's show was his own show tied to Dave Ramsey's show? I hope they didn't get rid of Chris Hogan for that other young man. What's that other young dude? The young black dude on the show. What's his name? What is his name? Damn, what's his name? Yeah, I'm about to get off too, Andre. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thanks, Andre, for putting that on the hook. Thank you, sir. Now I did two today. You guys ain't gonna see me for 2 or 3 days, all right? And I'm not reading any other emails coming from Andre. I'm not gonna read the subject. I'm not gonna read the subjects or anything. Me too. I'm gonna do some affirmations myself, man. I always do that at night too. All right, everyone. I'm gonna get off here and check out why Chris Hogan got fired. Figure that out. I'm very curious now. Layman, I'm very tell your daughter if she's still listening. I'm very proud of her. Thank you for having her listen to the show. I appreciate not only you trusting me, I appreciate you trusting other SMD family members with their information and to be at 12 years old and be able to suck this information up and soak it all up and just become whatever she want to be, man. And just think she will never experience what it's like as parents that were in debt. She will never know what that's like. And that alone, man, it's just, man. She's gonna naturally, when she grows up, becomes a woman, starts her own family, she's gonna naturally instill this in her children. It's just gonna be a given. It's gonna be automatic. Generational wealth, right? She's gonna connect with other people, how to keep it going, how to grow it. Oh man, just the possibilities are endless, man. Hmm. All right, everyone. You guys have a wonderful night. All right. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Appreciate it. Until next time. All right. See you later.